The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Well, these two teams met in our nation's capital earlier in the year, with the Commanders picking up the win at Northwest Stadium. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. To throw is Daniels. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he'll work down inside the 45. You talk about this Giant defense. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
Definitely going to need to be physical with these receivers, whether that's right at the line of scrimmage trying to jam them and bump them off their routes, or when the ball arrives and you go ahead and put your shoulder into them and try and knock it loose.
And he's got his big tight end here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. To the air goes Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Lawrence Cager, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Dulcich. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The Giants at 3-5, 2 games under 500. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 46 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Go. That's out quickly to Hyatt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game. 2nd and 8.
Ready. Riggs. Trap 60.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Come on. Set.
3rd down. Here's Tracy. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Here we go, set.
In motion, the tight end.
Street. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Second and 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
Robinson with another carry. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here is third and 5. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Tracking 60.
Now a play fake here on first down. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Second and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First catch of the game there for Samuel, and it results in a first down. Now Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the first down. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown down right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
14, Giants 7.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Austin Steinberg set to kick off.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Running left is Tracy. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Right back to Tracy. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2.
Come 19. Come 19. Mustang 19. Go.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Here's Johnson with a reception. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Half to 60. Here we go, set.
On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Second down and inches. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Here's Daniels. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Daniels looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Bobby Okereke making that tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now we'll pause here for an injury. And it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion, Aguilar. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 11. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Samuel in motion. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. And he is caught. And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Go street. Check smash. Check smash.
Robinson up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll run run again here with Robinson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Let's go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. On the give, here's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. Here comes 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. This is 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Here's 2nd down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Come on, set. Keep it up.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
It's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
Commanders 17, Giants 15.
Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for the Commanders, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.